Okay, so this weekend we have to start indoors. Our last item that will start indoors this season. Some spinach. There'll probably be a few stragglers as the plan kind of changes, but that's the plan for now. This weekend we have to remove several things from the garden. Some carrots, some scallions, lettuce, and beets to make room for new things. I want some kale too. So W15, that's right here. These beets are going to be replaced by cilantro. They're looking really good, but the roots are a little bit small. Totally edible, but not huge. That's Minnesota for you. Let's see, what else? W5, that's here. We're going to put scallions in to replace these carrots. I'm not very hopeful on the size of the carrots, but again, whatever, we'll see. Okay, W12 is the next one. That would be here. We're going to pull out these green onions and put in some carrots for the fall. W14 has lettuce in it, and we're going to put spinach in there. So I have to cut that lettuce out. And this W16 here has our older beets, as you can see. You can see one of the beets down there. That's got to get replaced with cauliflower for the fall. And over here in the east bed, these carrots are supposed to be replaced with butter crunch lettuce. We might let these go a little bit longer. These are just definitely very small, and that lettuce, it can wait. And then in E12, this kale is supposed to be replaced by heirloom lettuce. Okay, so that's what we're going to remove. Just a quick tour of what we got now before we do all these changes. The tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, have really been coming in. They're beautiful. We eat a few every day. This one's ready to pick. Very nice. Peas are kind of dying back. You can see how the leaves are kind of browning. So we're not really getting any more of those, but we're going to leave them in there. Last year we found out that trying to replant in a spot on the trellis during the middle of the season is kind of pointless. It's just too shaded. Lots of lemon boy tomatoes coming in. This is the Vermont cranberry bean here. Something's been eating the edges, but they're getting bigger. Very bushy on this side, taking quite a bit of space. Over here, the sun sugar tomatoes are also getting a steady supply of those. This one looks like it might be ready to pick. Let's grab that. Inconclusive was our taste test. We thought the sun gold and sun sugars were different, but both really good. You see how tall this plant is getting. Green beans have made it to the top of the trellis. I want them to climb that way toward the other. Oh, come on. This is really great camera work, I know. Toward the other trellis. There we go. Like I've said, I'm going to put a wire across or a string, try to get them to climb over. Again, these peas also dying back. You can see the leaves yellowing. Getting some Thai chilies, little tiny ones. And, these leafy vegetables are still looking good. Kind of getting bolty on these original lettuces. This one looks good, though. Okay, over here, still not really getting any peppers, just flowers over here. So it's getting late in the season, so I'm kind of getting worried, but got some nice marigolds, lettuce, radishes, lots of Roma tomatoes. Nothing is ripening yet, but there's tons of fruit on this plant. Looks really good, doing a lot better than last year. More lettuce down there in the jungle, more peppers. No fruit yet, so again, it's getting late. I'm kind of getting worried, but I think I gave them too much nitrogen, over fertilized. What's this? Look at this little creature. You're not gonna focus, are you? Well, whatever. Brandywine tomato. This is, the bed's 14 inches tall. The plant's as tall as me, with the bed. So it's huge. And we're finally getting fruit on there. They take a long time to develop, so no surprise that it took so long to get our first ones, but they're starting to come in. Oh, I skipped nasturtiums. Look, there's one over there. Very pretty. Those are edible, as I've mentioned. More lettuce here. This stuff looks phenomenal. The Brussels sprout plant really starting to come into its own. So I'm happy with how that's looking. It's got to start growing fast, though. Maybe it needs more fertilizer. It's got a long way to go before fall harvest. Radishes. Not the best time of year to be growing them, but there aren't many left. Here's the corn. So, we've had to take the cover off, so hopefully it lives. Look at this beautiful lettuce plant. Really cool. Still kind of small. We'll let that grow a while longer. And some more marigolds. Okay, so I usually do these garden updates where I go sell by sell. I think that's kind of boring. Hopefully this overview of the interesting stuff is a little bit better. And I will add a little bit more when we take out those plants that I told you we were going to remove and plant the seedlings that we're going to leave in for the rest of the year. All right, so we're going to start harvesting some of this stuff that's got to come out this weekend. We're going to start with a beet. Stephanie, if you would please. Hey, not bad. All right, the bowl. Okay, now this should be interesting. Let's do a carrot. I guess I'll do this since I've got a good angle on it. The greens are really big, but the carrots are really small. All right, maybe we're done with carrots. Okay, well, put this in the other bowl. Okay, we'll cut some of this other stuff off camera, and I'll show you what we end up with. So you can see, garden looks very different now that we've picked some things, thinned it out a lot. Stephanie right now is working on putting in the new seedlings. See, I'll show you what we got here. 2 big bowls of lettuce, a few radishes, and a bunch of oregano, green onions, the beets, some very small carrots, and a bowl of kale. I'll take these inside and get them cleaned up and look at everything all together. I don't love shooting video in the kitchen because I think the lighting's bad, but I just wanted to show you. Got a significant number of peas. This is like a 2-cup container, and it'll be almost full once I shell the rest of these. So all nice and fresh, picked within the past, I think 2 days. So we're looking forward to eating those tomorrow. We did some more microgreens. I think we started them last Sunday. Here are the radish ones. They're gorgeous. There's several cups of them. I think it's like 3 or 4 cups. I'm about to harvest these. Amaranth. Grew much better this time when we covered them with soil. The arugula looks like a chia pet. It's so dense. Turned out great. And these are peas. So, yeah, very successful. It's fun to have all 4 at once. All right, I've been cleaning vegetables for hours. Here's what we've got. Several beets. Here's our biggest one. Most of them are pretty small. A few more radishes, including this tiny guy. Several very small carrots. Some rather small green onions, but whatever. Some kale. Lots of oregano. I'll take those off the stems. Beet greens. These are good to eat. Kind of treat it like chard. People make chips out of them too, like kale chips. A mountain of lettuce. So much lettuce. I'm gonna have to give a lot of this away. A few Sun Gold and Sun Sugar cherry tomatoes. We've got a few more from earlier in the week. And yeah, this doesn't count. Those don't count, neither does this stuff. Just this stuff on the towels. So that's it for this update. Now, mid-July is where in my mind, we're really switching to the fall garden. So the stuff that's going in now is stuff we're planning on harvesting much later in the season. And so we're kind of like, in a sense, winding down for the year. But yeah, there's a lot more to come anyway. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this sort of different video this week, and I hope you have a great weekend.